I was 42 when the doctor said the word cancer. It's strange how one word can tilt your entire life off its axis. I sat there on the stiff paper-covered chair, my wife clutching my hand, while the doctor explained biopsy results and treatment options. His voice was calm, professional, but all I could hear was the echo of that single word. Cancer. I thought I was prepared for bad news. My father had heart problems, my mother struggled with diabetes. I knew the body could betray you. But knowing something in theory is different from hearing it applied to your own name. The weeks after the diagnosis were a blur of scans, consultations, blood tests. Words I'd never used before, oncology, immunotherapy, PET scan, suddenly became part of my daily vocabulary. Everyone kept asking, "How are you feeling?" And the truth was, I didn't know. Mostly numb. Sometimes terrified. Always exhausted. I wanted to hide it. My instinct was to keep it secret, to protect my kids from the fear, to keep my friends from pitying me. But secrets weigh heavy. One night, my wife found me crying in the bathroom. I was gripping the sink so hard my knuckles turned white, trying to swallow the sobs. She wrapped her arms around me, and the dam broke. After that, we told everyone. Our kids. Our families. My boss. The truth spilled out like floodwater. Treatment started. Chemo days were the worst. Hours in a chair while poison dripped into my veins. Food tasted like metal. My hair fell out in clumps. I'd look in the mirror and see a stranger, sunken cheeks, pale skin, eyes too tired to shine. Some mornings, I could barely make it from the bed to the couch. But something unexpected happened. People showed up. Neighbors I barely knew brought meals. My colleagues donated sick days so I wouldn't lose pay. My kids, God, my kids, were incredible. My son, who was 13, sat by my bed reading comic books out loud, his voice cracking but steady. My daughter shaved her head with me so I wouldn't feel alone. She was only 9. Watching her grin with her bald head next to mine broke me and healed me at the same time. And my wife, she became my anchor. She held my hand through every needle, every scan. She argued with insurance companies, cooked meals I could stomach, reminded me to take pills when I was too foggy to remember. At night, when fear kept me awake, she whispered, "We're in this together." And she meant it. I won't lie, there were moments I wanted to quit. Times when the nausea was so bad I begged to stop treatment. Times when I thought death would be easier than dragging my family through this. Once, at 3 a.m., I actually started writing letters to my kids, letters for their graduations, their weddings, for birthdays I thought I wouldn't see. But then I'd look at them sleeping on the couch, refusing to leave my side, and I'd find a little more fight left in me. Months passed. Slowly, painfully, the scans started showing progress. The tumor shrank. The doctors began using words like remission. I didn't dare believe it at first. It felt like tempting fate. But eventually, the evidence was undeniable. I was getting better. When the doctor finally said, "The cancer is in remission," I broke down. Not the quiet tears I'd been shedding for months, ugly, heaving sobs that shook my whole body. My wife cried too, and for the first time in a year, they were tears of relief instead of fear. Now, 2 years later, I'm still here. My body carries scars, literal and figurative. My stamina isn't what it used to be. Certain foods still taste wrong. Every ache or pain makes me wonder if it's coming back. But I'm alive. And more than that, I'm awake to my life in a way I never was before. Before cancer, I worried constantly about work, money, trivial frustrations. Now, I care about different things. Sitting on the porch watching my kids chase fireflies. Laughing with my wife over burnt pancakes. Calling my mother just to hear her voice. People sometimes ask me what I learned from having cancer, as if pain automatically makes you wise. I don't have a neat answer. What I know is this: the worst thing I feared, the word that once felt like a death sentence, became a doorway. It opened my eyes to the love that surrounded me, love I had taken for granted. I still live with uncertainty. Recurrence is always a possibility. Every checkup is a reminder that I'm not out of the woods. But I also live with gratitude. Gratitude that I got to see my son turn 15. Gratitude that I walked my daughter to her first day of middle school. Gratitude that I woke up this morning and got to make coffee, hear birds outside, and kiss my wife on the cheek. Cancer didn't make me a better person. It didn't happen for a reason. It just happened. But it stripped my life down to the essentials, and what I found there was love, messy, imperfect, relentless love. And that's enough to keep going.